Okay, so we'll see the meaning of this song. The second Dwadasha Stotra. It's written Atha Dvitiya Stotra written by Shripad Madhvacharya. Okay, Madhvacharya Krita Dwadasha Stotra 2. That is which Madhvacharya has written the second one. And this is in Abhogi Ragam and Ekatalam. Okay. Now, in the first song, okay, Vande Vandyam. Okay, the end, how did it end? Santatam Chintaye Kantam Bhashvat Kaustubha. No, not this one. Wait. The last line is 1 minute. I'll just show because there is connection between the सन्ततं चिन्तयेनन्तम् अन्तकाले विशेषतः नैव दापुः गृणन्तोऽन्तं यद्गुणानामजाद्ययः. You know how he ends? Actually, Madhvacharya, the first one, he starts from the lotus feet up to the lotus face. We saw the full description. In the end, he says that Brahma and other gods praise the unique, extraordinary, auspicious qualities of the Lord, of all who has no end and can never reach the position of having completely described or understood even one of these qualities. Understood? Now, here, now I have told you many times about Ananta Sesha. Okay, Ananta Sesha, what is the meaning? Ananta means unlimited. And Ananta Sesha, he has unlimited number of hoods. And every hood has a tongue, right? And with that tongue, 24 hours of the spiritual world. I told you that day also. Our 365 days makes 1 year. 365 days is 1 minute in the spiritual world. In that 24 hours of that spiritual world, and one Ananta Sesha is having unlimited number of hoods. With each hood, there is one tongue. And with that tongue, 24 hours of the spiritual world, he has been glorifying the Lord's qualities from Adikal. Still, he has not completed with so many tongues. Okay, understood? So now, second song, Madhvacharya begins like this. After offering obeisances to Vasudeva, Acharya Madhva describes the great and unique attributes of Srihari. Now, the second song is nothing but the qualities of the Lord. Okay. So, how does he start? Swajanos Dadisam Diddhihi. That is, he says, there we saw in the, I told almost practically every word, every paragraph, there is a mention of Lakshmi Devi. What it is said, the husband of Indira. Indira is the name of Lakshmi Devi. The husband of Indira is like a full moon in creating tides, in creating tides in the oceans of the minds of good people. Okay. He is, now let me try to connect. Now you all do geography, isn't it? So when the moon is there, the tide comes, right? Now how little one connection is when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes to the Padma River. Okay. At that time, she becomes in such ecstasy that her waves, they touch the sky. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touches her, and that day, when this happened, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the love that he had for Krishna, all the love, like the whole, all that love, he took and he deposited to Padma River. And he said that one day Narottam will come and you should give this love to him. So then she said, how I will know who? So many people come and bathe in my waters. How will I know who is Narottam? So he said, the ecstasy you felt when I kept my feet, okay, you touched the sky. The same ecstasy you will feel when Narottam will come. And when Narottam was 8 years old, he came when to the Padma River. The moment he kept his lotus feet, she had ecstasy. She touched the sky. So then she said that the Lord has kept this Krishna Prema for you. Please take this. That is why you have to learn the songs of these acharyas. Narottam Das Thakur, Bhakti Thakur, and all. Okay. Why I said this about the moon and the tide? Understood? Connection. So the husband of Indira is like a full moon in creating tides in the ocean of the minds of good people. Okay. And then he is the ocean of auspicious qualities. Means as we cannot calculate the waves in the oceans, we cannot calculate the qualities of the Lord. May such Hari be pleased with me. Pleased with us. Okay. Now, second paragraph, Rama Chakori Vidave. The Narayana, okay, is like the moon, which gives happiness to the Chakora bird, I call Rama. Okay. And actually, only Narayana can give happiness to Rama Devi, right? Rama Devi is another name of Lakshmi. So that is his concept. And now he is like the fire which dries up the water of pride of evil persons. Okay. The fire, as it takes away the water, like that, all the pride that is there in our heart, the Lord takes away. So when people get tired on the way, they take shelter in a house, isn't it? They get shade, they get drinking water, food, rest, along with being. They feel, oh, please come. They welcome us. In the similar manner, he is a shelter of good persons. Okay, he is the shelter of good persons who need rest from the sufferings of samsara. Okay, with the samsara, we have no janma mrityu jara vyadi which is going on. Okay, so I offer my namaskara to such Narayana. That is the second paragraph. And chidachit bedam akhila. So, what is the meaning of that one? The world, it consists of chit and achit. Okay, chit is the conscious entities. Okay, chit is conscious entities and the inert entities with differences amongst them. So he creates this world. He protects this world. He is the creator. He is the protector, and basically during the maintenance he protects, right? And then he destroys it. He creates, he maintains, and he destroys it in the universal dissolution. But he himself is affected by all this. He is not affected by any of this, by creation, maintenance, or destruction. And he has a wife, Rama, who is his beloved. I offer respectful obeisances to him. Okay, so that is the meaning of the third paragraph. Now, fourth paragraph, when Indira looks at someone, that is when Lakshmi Devi, we say no Kataksha, Lakshmi Kataksha. Hmm? So when Indira looks at someone with a half smile, he attains the greatest position of ruling all the three worlds. That's why we say, no, Lakshmi Devi, please come. So this half smile, he attains the greatest position of ruling all the three worlds. And here it is said about the Lord now. He is himself of the essence of divine bliss, the Supreme Lord, and he is full of auspicious qualities. And then the fifth paragraph, he says, this Lord of Rama, that is Lord Narayana, is the master of all. He is the master of all, but does not have any master himself. He doesn't have any master. He is the master of all. He has won the entire world but has never been defeated. Okay. He is the creator of the entire world, but he himself is not created by anyone else. Okay. So he is the creator, but there is no creator for him. And then comes the sixth paragraph, Agunaya Gunodreka. He is free from the effects of the three gunas, Sattva guna, Rajas guna, and Tamas guna. He is free of all. And he is full of auspicious qualities. And he is the creator of Chaturmukha Brahma. Okay. Who is the creator of the entire world? He is the creator of Brahma. And then Adi Devaya Devanam. He is the God who was present when no one else was there. Nobody was there, the Lord was there. And he is the Lord of all the gods. And he has destroyed all enemies. And he is the destroyer of the beginningless Ajnana. See, Ajnana is our ignorance. We are full of ignorance. We are nothing but full of ignorance. But that full thing he destroys. And he is the greater than the great goddesses like Rama, Brahma. He is greater than everyone. And then in the eighth paragraph, he says, you are not born ever yourself, but create the entire world. Okay. And you have won over all evil persons. All the Danavas, you have won. Like we see in Krishna book, so many demons, isn't it? Every day before breakfast, one demon, before lunch, one demon. And you are worshipped by Chaturmukha Brahma and other gods. You use the Garuda Dwaja. You use the flag emblem of Garuda. And then the last paragraph, Indra gives her devotional side glance on you. Okay. Yeah, that is Lakshmi Devi's devotional side glance on Narayana. You are the most important desirable goal for us. Okay. So, what is our goal? The Supreme Lord. That is his lotus feet. You are completely with matchless attributes. You destroy the misery of your devotees. So, that is the meaning of this second song. So I wanted to connect, see how Madhvacharya was connecting, like